What's going on? MourN here. Today we're going to talk about gearing and how you should be upgrading it. As you can see, we have a chart from free-to-play Lily Blossom from Discord, and Lily Blossom did a really good job of breaking all the gear down, what stats you can get on each piece, because not all pieces have the ability to get the same stats. One notable one that really needs to be pointed out that you can't get, you cannot get block on a helmet. I still see it on Discord and in the world chat all the time, and GMoney over at Bearded Energy Gaming did a really good video on this, so that's why I'm only going to touch on it a little bit, and you should go check that out because he really breaks the chart down well for everybody. But a few things I do want to point out on it. Your gear is basically broken down into two types. You have your offensive set of gear and then your defensive set of gear. Your offensive is your weapon and your boots. Your defensive is your helmet and your armor. Your defensive can roll attack, but it cannot roll hit points, and your offensive can roll hit points but not attack. There's some other things to note too. Each set of armor gives a basic, if you have the full set, gives some kind of boost that is like strictly for that character, kind of like how you would build them. For instance, mages get crit damage. Your mages, your glass cannon, your high damage output. So that's what you want on there. And then your warriors get block break. I don't necessarily know that block break is good on warriors. I think block would have been a better attribute, but this is what they decided to go with. And they gave the tanks block and fortitude to the priest, respectively. My main focus today is how you should be leveling the gear. Not all ways to level is the same. So I spoke with someone on Discord. Big shout out to Payne for bringing this to my attention, because I am guilty of sometimes going into the rune store and buying 7-star gear just to eat it but that's very inefficient. So you have two basic ways that you upgrade your gear within the game. You have other gear itself that you're not going to use, and you have enhancement crystals. The basic enhancement crystals, there's three. There's basic enhancement, medium enhancement, and advanced enhancement crystals, and they give 50, 100, and 200 each. You find them through various things throughout the game. Runes being the number one way for respectively 200 and 400 gems. Do not buy these; they're not worth it. There's other ways to go about getting this, and I'll break that, and I'm going to break down the gearing on what the best way to do it is. Though, if you see them in the tavern, you should pick them up, because you're going to realize as you progress in the game that getting your gear to the max level becomes so difficult. You just don't get enough stuff to level it up very fast. All right, so gear breaks down like this. A 1-star piece of gear gives you 10 advancement points toward your next level on your gear. 2 is 15, 3 is 20, 4 is 30. These are very negligible. They're not even really worth using. You'll get them from auto drops and campaign. Don't purchase these from the store unless you're early game and you're leveling your heroes up, because you will have to do that to make some progress. It starts to get a little bit better at 5-star, because instead of going up increments of 5 or 10, from 4 to 5, you go up 30. Once again, this is still not a good buy, and you will find it on occasion, even with a maxed out market. You'll find them in the store, and they're also not worth buying. 6-star pieces of gear gives you 150 points toward your next level. 7-star gives you 300, and 8-star gives you 500. I'm going to come right out and say this. Do not use your 8-star gear unless it is the absolute last resort, because it's 1,100 rune coins, and that's a lot. Like, even at my level, I may be able to get 1 or 2 pieces a day. Maybe. Most of the time I can get 1. But where you're really going to want to start where it really gets important is, what is better, the 7-star or the 6-star? Well, the rune coins the currency conversion to diamonds is a direct 1-to-1 ratio. So that said, I also wouldn't spend diamonds on the gear unless they start offering 8-star gear. Maybe then you would want to spend diamonds, because diamonds aren't very hard to get within this game. So in the store, you will see various various things where you get discounts on pieces of gear. You got a 10, a 20, and a 30. And at first glance, you're like, oh, a 30% discount, 450 room coins for a piece of 7-star gear. You have to really ask yourself, do I need any more 7-star gear? Because many people in the game don't any longer. Because 450 will get you 300 points towards your next advancement. Or you can use 6-star gear. And this is what I was unaware of, is it is way cheaper to use your 6-star gear. Because at a 10% discount, it's only 216. So you can buy 2 pieces of gear and you're still at a better discount than the 30% off on the 7-star gear. So it breaks down like this. 7-star gear has a base price of 600 gems or room coins. And then you have various discounts. At 30% it's 450, at 20% it's 480, and at 10% it's 540. I would never buy the 10%, and the 20% is questionable at best, because you get 30% pretty often within the RUNE store. But a piece of 6-star gear at 10% is 216. At 20, it's 192. And then at 30%, which I don't find those too often any longer because I'm at a maxed market, but I still see them, they're at 168 room coins or diamonds. That is the best deal in the game. You should definitely, if you're working toward leveling gear, you should focus on picking up the 6-star gears at the discount prices, because you're not going to get a better deal and you're going to save resources in the long run. And that's kind of important as the game's progressing, because I'm not really getting enough room coins, as I mentioned earlier, to progress gear. My Margaret gear, I dumped everything into it, and it's at plus 12, because the amount to level the gear gets really high as you go on. And if you can find those 30%, you definitely have to buy them. And that's it for today, for this video. It was just, I wanted to do a quick one and explain this because it was something important that the community should really know. If you liked the content, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to go and check out Bearded Energy Gaming. He did a really good breakdown of the gear, much better than this. My focus was on how you should be upgrading the gear, not the gear itself. Join us over on the Discord. It's growing really fast, and it's nice, and it's a real helpful community. Thank you and have a good day.